Good afternoon, everyone. It's the 4th of February, Sunday afternoon. We're running a little bit behind. We went up to Joplin today. We had a really good service up at Joplin Sovereign Grace Church with the Smiths, Michael Smith and his family. Mark is ready to continue to read in 2 Corinthians chapter 10. One of the most important verses in this chapter is probably the shortest verse, and that's verse 17. But he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. But he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. Second Corinthians chapter 10. Now Paul myself beseech you by the meekness and gentleness of Christ, who in presence and base among you, being absent and bold toward you. But I beseech you that I may not be bold when I am present with that confidence, wherewith I think to be bold against some which think of us if we walk according to the flesh. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God, the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, bringeth into captivity every thought to obedience of Christ, having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Do ye look on things after outward appearance? If any man trust himself that he is Christ, let him of himself think this again, that is, he is Christ, even so are we Christ. For though I should boast somewhat more of our authority, which the Lord hath given us for education, not for your destruction, I should not be ashamed, that I may not seem as I would terrify you by letters. For his letters say they are mighty and powerful, but his bodily presence is weak and his speech contemptible. Let such an one think this, that such as we are in word and by letters, when we are absent, such will we be also indeed when we are present. For we dare not make ourselves the number or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. But they measure themselves by themselves, comparing themselves among themselves are not wise. But we will not boast of things without our measure, but according to the measure of the rule which God has distributed us, the measure to reach even unto you. For we stretch not ourselves beyond our measure, as though we reached not unto you, for we are come as far as to you also and preach the gospel of Christ, not boasting of things without our measure, that is, of other men's labors, but having hope when your faith is increased, that we shall be enlarged by you according to our rule abundantly, to preach the gospel in the regions beyond you, and not to boast in other man's line of things made ready to our hand. That he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. For not he that commendeth himself is approved, but whom the Lord commendeth. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mark. I hope you all have a good weekend.